Hey guys, my name is Yancy, and in this video, I'm gonna give you 7 signs of emotional abuse. If you're new to my channel and you don't know what it's all about, basically I give you tips on how to live the abundant life, specifically how to overcome depression and anxiety and go out and live the kind of life that you wanna have. I wish that I had these types of videos and this type of content when I was suffering and going through, because a lot of things that I was enduring, I thought were normal and didn't realize it was a problem until it was a problem. So I want to help you guys know what to look out for and the things that you can do if you're already struggling. If you'd like to learn more about me personally, you can follow me everywhere online as Chasing Yancy. But without further ado, let's get into today's topic and unpack these 7 tips for identifying emotional abuse. The reason why I want to talk about emotional abuse specifically is because it's more subtle and it's less easy to identify as physical abuse, because you can clearly mark when it starts and ends. You know if you're being hit, shoved, choked, stabbed, or shot, or worse. And a lot of times with emotional abuse, you start to slowly die inside and you don't realize until it's too late. You don't realize until you can't get out of bed, or you can't stop crying uncontrollably, or you have pulled away from friends and family that you used to love being around. You stop doing the things that you love to do, and life just seems like a chore and a burden instead of something that's exciting that you want to go and chase after with all of your passion. The crazy thing is, you don't walk around with bruises and cuts and scrapes. You have trauma inside of your heart, and a lot of times the symptoms are delayed. You don't really know the signs until you're knee deep in the situation. And I'm hoping that this video is watched by 2 people. I hope it's watched by the person who is experiencing emotional abuse so that they can identify it and get out. I also hope it's watched by people who have never experienced it but can have a keen eye and know what to look for in case they get into a situation and red flags arise. When you know what to look for, the alarm bells will go off right away, and it's easier to get out the faster you move. The longer you're immersed in a situation and the more it seems normal, the more difficult it is for you to get out. Number 1 sign that you're with a toxic person and experiencing emotional abuse is that they talk about you as a person rather than the issue being the problem. They will paint it out to be that you are the failure, you are the loser, you are the person who sucks at life. You as a whole are not redeemable. In a healthy relationship, they will talk about the problem. Your tardiness. Babe, your tardiness is frustrating. Can we work on that? Versus, you're always late. It's so annoying. You bug the crap out of me. You want to make sure that you're with somebody who is able to separate you from the issue. And that way, you guys can be shoulder to shoulder attacking the issue. If not, you guys are face to face throwing darts at each other. Nobody wants to get hit in the crossfire. Nobody wants to feel like their partner is thinking, throw the whole person away. Number 2, toxic partners who practice verbal abuse often try to isolate you. In addition to making you feel like there's something wrong with you just as a whole, they want you to believe that other people are in on this. They will make you feel like you are the problem, like mentioned in number 1, but they will also make you feel like everyone else is laughing at you behind your back, or is annoyed with you, or troubled by you. Of course, these people aren't saying this to your face, but they're letting you know because they can't talk to you. You clearly are the problem. They will either belittle the people in your life or make you think that the people in your life are belittling you. Either way, they work to sever those relationships little by little by little. They don't come outright and say it dramatically at the beginning, but they'll plant certain little seeds. They might come back to you and say something that somebody said, and a lot of times it's a lie, or it's a twisting of the truth, or they're embellishing it and making it seem much worse than it is. So let's say you already have a frayed relationship with your parents. They're gonna go back and say things that is gonna put a wedge in between you and them. And they're also gonna use things that you've told them about other people's feedback that might be innocent or benign, and they'll twist it and use it against you. Yeah, remember your sister said that? Well, your coworkers can't stand you either. Well, remember your parents had an issue with this and they keep saying this to you? They'll start to play with your psyche, and little by little by little, they will break you down and make you think less and less and less of yourself. Number 3, this one is horrible and super easy to spot. They will do things to punish you. Their behavior is always manipulative. They're always doing something for an end result. Some of the things that toxic people will use to manipulate you is anything that you like. So if you enjoy talking to them, they'll give you the silent treatment. If you enjoy physical affection, they will withhold from you. Perhaps they're the breadwinner. They'll make it very difficult for you to spend money without their approval. If perhaps you guys are exes and you have shared children in common, then they will make any transaction with them very difficult. They'll make it hard for you to see the kids. They will give you pushback on any little thing that you have to deal with them on. Anytime they don't get their way, they will withhold something that you love or do something that you don't like in order to get you subconsciously to get with their program. Number 4, a lot of people might be surprised that this is even on the list, but I 100% think that this is emotional abuse. Using derogatory language or even raising their voice. There's no need when there's communication for somebody to be yelled at. It is not healthy. It is extremely common in a lot of households, but it's not healthy. I was shocked to discover how many people feel like it's normal to be cursed at, yelled at, called names, and all the like. It's not okay. Nobody should be calling you out of your name. Nobody should be screaming at you. Nobody should be using language that's putting you down. It's not cute. It's not funny, even if they put a ha-ha at the end of it, because I believe there's a little bit of truth in every joke. A lot of people call me sensitive, but I don't think that's a negative thing. I think that words have power, and they have the power of life and death. And I don't think that you should use your words to belittle somebody in any way, even if it's done in a joking manner. Number 5 is huge. I might even have to do a whole separate video on this. Feel free to go out and do some more research on this topic as well, because in an attempt to keep this video short, I'm going to go through each of the steps very quickly, but it's gaslighting. Whew. Gaslighting is a term that came about from a movie where a man was convincing his wife that these gaslights were coming on at night, every single night. Basically, what they do is they push their ideas on you to the point where you start to become convinced. They will literally convince you that you are crazy. One of the big things that they'll do is dismiss your feelings. And now these all go hand in hand. So if they've made you to feel like you're stupid, they punish you when you push back, okay? This is how the manipulation works. When you have something to say, they dismiss it because it doesn't matter, because you're either stupid or you deserved what you got because of your other behavior that you're being punished for. Anytime you try to give them feedback, they push back, they don't want to hear it, they will either change the subject or worse, they will flip it and they'll talk about something else. You bring up the fact that they cheated on you, they bring up the fact that you gain weight. Each topic should be discussed individually in a vacuum. There should be a start and a finish to each person's point. If they want to address your weight gain, that's fine, but they should not do it in response to something that you have an issue with. That's like the gopher game at the fair. You try to do one thing and they pop up with this topic. You try to say something else, they pop up with this topic. That is gaslighting, that is not healthy, and that is manipulative as all get out. Number 6, they will embellish their role in your life. You've probably heard people say, "You'll never find another love like me," or "Anybody alive would be so grateful to have me as their partner. You just don't appreciate me. You don't know what you've got. When you leave me, you'll see what it's like out there. You know what? I should break up with you so you can see what it's like in the real world." Nobody should be gassing themselves up in your life. You should be able to see their worth and their value by what they do to you and what they say to you. You shouldn't have to be convinced that this person is your saving grace or your only hope or the only person that will tolerate your BS. That's a bunch of crap. And even if there are things that you need to work on in your life, you shouldn't do it because you don't want to lose somebody. You should do something about it because you personally feel convicted and you want to become a better person. You should never do something that's motivated by fear. I'll put a link to the video above when I talked about the 16 truths that I've learned. But in there, I talked about always being aware of your motivation. And if fear is your motivation, it should not be something that you do. If you want to, for example, lose weight, you should be doing it because you want to get healthy, you want to get fit, you want to feel sexy, not because you're afraid of losing a partner. And number 7, which I kind of touched upon in number 5, and I talked about dismissing your feelings, they never want to take your feedback. It is a one-sided relationship where they can give you all of the feedback, you can give none. Nothing that you say matters, nothing that you say is relevant. You're delusional. They don't have work to do, or maybe your work is just so great that they just want you to focus on yours and not worry about the tiny little things that they have to work on. Well, anyway, guys, those are the 7 tips. I really hope that they're helpful for you. If there's anything you want me to expound upon more, just comment below and let me know. I wanted to go through things quickly. I want to test out these videos and see if you guys like them more when they're shorter. A lot of times I'm long-winded and the videos will be 14, 20 minutes long. I've even had to break up a couple in half. So I'm going to try to do my best to pack them into shorter bite-sized pieces. Let me know what you think. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you could hit the like button, if you could share this video with somebody that you think could benefit from it, or even more awesome, if you could hit the subscribe button, that would be amazing. And just in case you didn't know, when you hit the subscribe button, there's a little bell next to it. Clicking that will allow you to choose whether or not you're notified when a brand new video comes up. So your phone will send you a little notification saying, hey, Yancy uploaded a new video. If you want to do that, go ahead and check it out. I'm super grateful for you guys. And as always, tell someone that you love them. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't had a chance to watch my earlier videos, go ahead and click this one that I recommend, 16 Truths That Have Set Me Free. That's a great place to start.